Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to Power Word Play, a Dungeons & Dragons live stream where a bunch of lovely players must protect the Swords Coast from the wrath of Tiamat. My name is Josiah Groff, and let's get into tonight's episode.
Lady Tiamat whispers, her children fly north. No virtue will stop them. Send the sins forth.
And welcome back. So, let's begin with a little roll for recap. Tonight,
What did we do?
it'll be Lois.
I rolled it already, so keep it.
Oh, fuck off!
What the heck is going on here? I'm
It
trying
was
to do
legitimate. I just did it before he called it.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tight one.
Nat 20 off.
Wait, what happened?
Not 20, not 20.
Okay, well, you guys don't matter, sorry.
Any other 20?
Forget this side of the
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, do you guys want to, like, fist fight for it, or?
Yes. Yeah.
I am sick, so you would have to
Yeah, the germs.
Janelle's gonna.
We can do a roll off. Yeah.
roll it up.
A final roll off to see who goes.
Oh, no. Nope.
Was it highest?
It was, let's say it would be highest for this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Six. 6.
4.
Yes!
Darryll, you get to choose who goes tonight.
You know what it's gotta be.
Yeah, you know what?
Chill.
Welcome to the table.
Oh, I gotta drag my real notes back out.
And take an inspiration for having to do this.
That's
Wow.
free
inspiration.
For
Yeah.
free.
Whatever you do, it's gonna be great.
Because it's your
Oh,
first
It's my
recap.
first recap.
Yeah. There you go.
Ooh.
Inspiration for first recap.
Oh, do I remember what happened?
Usually when
better if you
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
What would Elias
your
remember?
character's
What was
perspective.
Elias remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dear Journal, the Black Staff has pulled me out today for a council meeting with the Swords Coast officials and all those important people. I could be working on my research, using the grant money that I've been so graciously given, but no, I suppose it will be wasted away on this tonight, whatever. That is fine by me. The glyphs went off no problem. Wisewood had some good learning experiences tonight, I suppose. She has some work that she can do on her glyph writing. I'll have to make note of that. Or suppose I won't. I suppose I will be leaving soon. Well, it went off without a hitch, I suppose, because it turned out that my work was needed tonight. Which, if only I wasn't there, that would have been a much better outcome for me, I think. Well, some of the others attending this meeting were quite gracious and quite interesting characters. This one, Sola, she calls herself. Very outspoken, but she did heal me in my time of need, so I suppose I will accept being her friend. Add that to my short list. And her armor that she was wearing is quite peculiar. It's a great starting point for my sabbatical. After the shenanigans of that council meeting and taking a break after nearly dying, it was nice, I suppose, to meet this odd group that I've somehow become acquainted with. This Ramsey character seemed very interested in my blood work, and although I was sure that I wouldn't lay my hands on that research again, perhaps it'll be more lucrative than I had originally thought. Well, I suppose it's back to the meeting room again. The party has been very interesting. Everyone's very excited to be drinking and dancing. I am excited to go home. Until next time, dear journal.
Thank you, Elias.
Yay!
Very good, very good. Yes, let's get back into it. The Sins, having protected the Waterdeep's, or I guess the Swords Coast Alliance from meeting a untimely fate at the hands of draconian cultists, you were able to continue the meeting, where we will jump back in with Rhaenyra having I want to say admitted, but maybe that's not the right word. Told the group and the Alliance themselves some of her connections in a little bit of anger. So, I'll say as you kind of mention the Dynasty of Che and your connections to, I guess, what would be the first queen? Your grandmother, Seraphina, right? There is definitely like some confused looks from many people across the table. And Ravengard just kind of goes, sorry, you were related in what way? To the royal family of Che?
Directly.
They all kind of like look over at Lariel, who is just kind of like, I see. There must be some reason where you've kept this information as secret as it has been.
Well, considering what's happening, I honestly do think it's of little importance. What is important is what's happening and what's not happening with how they're providing assistance and not providing assistance to everybody else. What is most important to reveal is what I can contribute, or what we can contribute as a group to help everybody who's needing help at this table. I mean, there's quite a few options. I know Sola had kind of telepathically gave us options to vote upon, which is a discussion that we'll have amongst us anyways. Which is, yeah, Ramsey's looking. He doesn't like those.
It hurts my head.
Yeah.
You guys exchanged one of those, like,
Significant glances.
With eyebrows.
It's very intrusive. It's very, very intrusive.
My relation is
Very
insignificant, regardless. Has there been communication between myself and my uncle? Sure. But that is between him and I.
The king of the Che dynasty.
Well, the alleged king. Who's saying this? The mayor?
That would have been...
You weren't doing an accent, so I didn't.
Sorry.
God damn it, man. Differentiate.
That's literally how I have my notes.
I
It's
know.
like how he does the accent.
oh no, I think I remember what
You're speaking!
Am I speaking to English?
Scottish? Or...
Pretend that accent was Scottish.
It was really
So that was Conrad
Yeah,
Bronovel.
that was Conrad. Conrad.
He gets it. That's what I have in my notes.
I don't know if he gets it anymore.
Yeah. No, just from the last version is what I wrote from that one.
He looks to you. Says
Conrad,
yes. If the dynasty is not interested in helping us, then I say we leave the dragons to make the dynasty their home. We bring everyone else as far away as we can.
I'm sorry to interject here, but I know you spend a great deal of your time secure in your underground fortresses, but do you understand how the surface world lies? You have a very large kingdom in the dynasty of Che, pinning the rest of the continent between the ocean and it. There is only 2 major ports, and still not enough ship-faring ways to leave in an emergency.
Well, Ramsey, according to Marshal Ravengard, they're just a bunch of pansies anyway, so what are they gonna do?
Well, maybe you can enlighten us. Because you seem to be implying a lot but saying little.
Well, here's the thing, Marshal. That's his name.
His name is Duke Ravengard, but older Ravengard.
I don't know why I wrote
He's the Marshal, yes.
Okay. Well,
Marshal is a title, older is his name.
The options that Sola has put forth in our group for us to decide on, I mean, you seem to be asking for our help, at least in particular, with your blockade trade that's being attacked by dragons. I mean, in spite of your fourth directness, if you would like help, typically, and Sola I think would agree with this actually, is people usually say please if they need help.
Absolutely they do. And I would say, please help us out so I can justify helping you out. That's the whole point of this.
Look to Sola. That didn't make any sense to me.
He did at least say please twice.
He did. Ramsey, that didn't make any sense.
Assholes can be shrouded in...
And I'm not like whispering, I'm like just straight up.
Being an asshole can be perfumed with...
Watch your tongue, boy!
No, I won't watch my tongue. I've watched my tongue far too long and seen what has become of this nation. You have squabbling cities. You have dwarves hiding underground. You have people taking shelter and hiding and not addressing the problems that are set before you. It's about time you stopped squabbling with one another, shut your own mouths, and began to listen to the people before you.
She doesn't want to talk.
You don't want to listen. She has said everything. Yes, can she be stubborn? Yes, can she be closed off at times? But she is still here extending an olive branch. And you would rather slap her in the face than admit your own fault and your own failures. So no, sir, I will not hold my tongue. Not now, not ever. Because I do not want to become a next meal for a winged beast that thinks it owns us.
Can you make a persuasion check?
Sure. This can't go wrong. Oh, I have advantage.
While he's doing that, Sola will just interject and say, plus, where I come from...
What do you have advantage from, Darryll?
Yeah. Hold on.
Because if it's from your feature, it doesn't work here.
Oh, it's interaction. Wait, I'm not fucking Ravengard.
That's what I said.
So.
We have a saying that holding your own tongue just makes your hand wet.
Don't know that for off.
I don't really know what it means. But we say that.
I think I've been clear. You want Baldur's Gate help? Deal with Insero. Open up the trade routes.
Dirty
You
20.
got... Dirty 20? Okay. among the group, as you're saying this, a few people are like kind of nodding and taking in your plea. A few others seem to be extremely apathetic. With a 20, I'll say you notice Conrad, Braun Anvil, Neverember, and Lariel to some degree you're losing a bit. Everyone else seems to be kind of on your level.
We may need to pause on this conversation. It's getting heated. I am sorry. I should not have outburst as such, but if we do not take steps now, we will be caught on our back foot far too quickly.
Lariel kind of looks at you and goes, while I agree with Ramsey's ideas that this is a dangerous force that we must address and we must put action to something here. What that may be is what we are here to discuss. And moving quickly, while in sometimes important, can leave you open in more ways than we would like. At this point, one member who's been relatively quiet this kind of meeting, Anthor Froome from the Order of the Gauntlet. Very heavily armored. He goes, while it's good that you have these desires to help us, I think all of us at this table would feel comfortable knowing exactly what you have done and what you have to offer. I've been stationed at Waterdeep for decades. After my time with the Order, some more dangerous missions ended. Since then, I tend to find myself looking for small injustices that have gone unknown or unheard. And most of your group, when I've looked into, have been fairly clean. Sola, I must commend as a shining light in this dark time. A bright, bright healing force of this city.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
Those who I've talked to in the field ward had nothing to say but good about you. And that is important. For many of you, I have less information. The one known as Ishif, I could tell you're a young plant in the soil, growing but still figuring out your path, capable of more than you understand. Elias, an academic, a thinker, a theorizer of things. Your work is important, at least from what I've seen today. The real-world applicability, if you will, important. Rhaenyra, a paladin, as you said it. Not only as you said it, but what you introduced yourself as. And one that cares about this group. I wasn't as successful in finding the good in you, Ramsay Fireland. There are 2 instances that came to me. One of a known halfling thief and necromancer who was last seen in a place your group quickly had run through. And while that was something, not anything to be entirely worried about, the reports of a werewolf running through the streets of Waterdeep and tearing into a man on the side was a bit too unique for its time. Do any of you know who that werewolf was?
What's a werewolf? Is that like that half man, half wolf kind of story we were told as children?
I assure you I have no recollection of any halfling whatsoever. Actually, I've had very few dealings with them ever. And as to a werewolf, and I'm going to look around to see my father.
He would not be in this room.
Okay. I can assure you that sounds as preposterous coming out of your mouth as most people would believe it to be.
I'm gonna look at Sola and go,
Deception check, please.
Quick question of order.
Yeah.
Did these guys not just see us fighting?
Yep. They sure did.
They saw Ramsay. Yeah.
Turn into a werewolf, yes.
okay.
What's that?
Why is he asking?
20.
Natural? Dirty. Oh, okay. He kind of like nods. His eyes not leaving you. And the people around the table, you can tell, have kind of are clued in on this. A few nods here and there, but there's just overall there's some tension. You have.
Well,
You lied good enough that they're okay with it.
maybe. Just maybe. There could be a creature that you describe. But to leave it running through the streets of Waterdeep would be risky, would it not? What do you have planned for the safety of the good people here? If such a beast did roam your streets.
We would handle it.
Sola raises her hand politely. My lord, if I may, if you're looking for someone to vouch for the trustworthiness of Ramsay and our group as a whole, I think that all the rest of us would happily give you our recommendation that Ramsay has been with us from the very beginning, and he has fought as hard and as stalwartly and as faithfully as anyone. May I also say that in a time as trying as these, one needs all of the powers they could get their hands on. Even one that might sound as frightening as a werewolf, as it were. Should that such a beast exist, of course. You understand. Sometimes you just have to take what help comes.
He nods to you, Sola, and kind of sits back in his chair a little bit. Darryll also speaks up, just says, I promise members of this alliance that the group before us has been tested in some manner, way of bleeding out of their extremities or in the way of a difficulty of the brain. They have struggled, they are here for a reason. At this, they kind of, I would say, the meeting is slowly coming to a close here, with what has been mentioned. To give a little recap, both King Melodras and Ravengard, so from Silvery Moon and Baldur's Gate respectively, need their dragons gone before they can commit anything. Melodras offers elvish troops magic and resources, while Ravengard offers the extremely experienced Flaming Fists mercenary group. Braun Anvil says the state of the Swords Coast is too turbulent for him to send dwarves anywhere that will be avoiding their deaths. So he is grouping them up at the citadels that are available to them. It would be the first two kind of to my left. Yeah. The third one is not in use at the moment. Dellen, the rabbit folk from the Emerald Enclave, has no direct requests from your group or things to do besides trying to avoid unnecessary destruction of life. Essentially, don't make the pendulum swing the other way.
Well,
yeah, just double checking. Neverember, in a similar position to Melodras, has also dealt with that green dragon, and is offering a few mercenaries to help with the increased populations in Waterdeep, but nothing much else at the moment.
There is no
there's a plate piggybacking off of that one.
Is that everything then? Those are the main options?
Requests.
Essentially?
A, B, and C.
Yes.
That's
Potentially,
decided then.
yeah.
North. Silvery Moon.
If it makes any difference too, Silver Moon had described a green dragon there, and Baldur's Gate had a red dragon there.
Baldur's Gate is the farther travel. As well, it's to head to Silvery Moon. It's back by your old stomping grounds.
And,
Close.
right? And if you do intend to join us, as you have, then, you know, I think we owe it to you to, I don't know, honor your desires as well. So,
Wonderful.
I would
North.
vote for North also. Well, that's only a few of us. That's not everyone. So, hold on.
You, Elias.
Well, if I am to join all of you, I do have some matters to take care of in Silvery Moon. So,
Where are we?
2 dragons with 1 stone, I suppose.
We are here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Before the council meeting ends, is there anything anyone wants to say or ask before it closes up?
No.
Council, I've already asked people outside of you guys, and they told me that you probably couldn't, but I'm going to ask anyway because I am desperate. You are all people of great power with many connections. And even if it is hopeless, I still must ask. One of our own was killed in Two Hills. With the dragon we fought there, I'm sure you've heard tales of that battle already. And that's why we're here. But even though that mission was successful, I consider it a failure because we lost someone dear to us. If any of you know of any way to bring back someone from ashes, I would be glad to hear it. That is all.
You get a few kind of sorry looks, and like one by one you just see the shakes. No, no, no. Until it gets to Sir Estival.
So, who, sorry?
Estival.
Estival?
Estival, yeah. We can go with Estival.
Okay, great.
The representative of Coromir, or technically Daggerford. Yeah.
Purple Dragon Knight.
Purple Dragon Knight, yeah. He looks to you and kind of takes his green kind of cane, and you can see now up close it's not like an ivory or like any kind of rock. It's scales. A green dragon scales. He puts the cane on his lap and he kind of looks to you. He goes, "There may be some I can reach out to. Lady Lariel also mentioned we should speak to the metallic dragons, or reach out to them to see if we can put our forces together. I will reach out to my contacts. A dragon touched who lives in Coromir. And I will see if I can get their attention and their location for our next meeting."
Wonderful. I would be in your debt, Sir Estival.
"Of course." He nods, giving off that little bit of information.
Ramsey just looks over at Sullivan. Starts to smile.
Does anyone else have any questions? Comments, concerns? We looking good? Alright.
You sure you don't want to tell them off one last time, Rainier?
I don't think I have anything further to say to any of these people. Vadra's not in the room, is she?
Nope.
Thank God. Okay.
She is not. Okay. The meeting comes to an end with kind of like this beginning of music starting up again in the reception area where you had been waiting to enter inside. And as all of you leave, you are kind of led down a hallway where inside this kind of say like kind of smaller auditorium where they've set up little stands where people can basically check makeup or reset outfits. There's like a little sewing area, as well as like a full dress shop you can see, with some of it being very, very expensive.
Ooh.
As you guys are kind of all walking up to that area, you see kind of quickly walking over to you is Vajra, the black staff, who walks over and goes, "Okay, I heard everything. Tell me where you end up going, or where you're choosing to go, because I will try to spread out the rest of our forces in the surrounding areas missing."
Just offhand, wherever we do decide to go, there wouldn't be any chance that you could, poof and get us there quickly.
Depends on where it is. I'm not your personal teleporter, and it's very expensive. Maybe. Depends on the time.
She's always useless like this, Elias.
Maybe ask my sister.
Too many resources.
Not too expensive.
We would greatly appreciate anything you are able to offer. I think that we as a group maybe are thinking of heading north, possibly to aid Silvery Moon with the dragon that they have there, a green dragon, Lavrek.
Okay.
I think that is what we'll do first. We have a few other reasons, apparently, to head north as well, which perhaps we will have disclosed at one point. Right? Maybe? We'll think about it.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will be in contact through your badges, as always, and I'm sure you're not planning on leaving immediately, right?
I don't believe so. It's been a day.
Yeah, well, you certainly won't leave today, but perhaps, on the morrow, I don't imagine we'll want to waste time. I'm not sure. We hadn't discussed that.
I feel as though time is probably our most important resource, and we should not squander it. Speaking of which, there's a ball tonight, all of which you have been invited and are expected to be in attendance. So if you're planning to skip, I need to know now so I can make up an excuse.
Ball.
Like, who
Wow.
who is in attendance of the ball? Is it the royalty we just met with?
It is happening at the Lord's Palace here, yes, so it will be the royal families from around the Swords Coast Alliance, high-ups in many organizations and guilds as well.
Ish, if you seem rather off-put by this. Have you never been to a ball before?
I thought we were currently at one.
Oh, no.
This is like an after ball.
Yes, but it's
Pre-ball,
more...
if you will.
Just think, same-ish thing, but bigger, fancier dresses.
Oh.
Far more liquor.
Oh.
And snooty people that usually someone gets far too inebriated and does something stupid.
How wonderful. Is that really smart though, if we need to leave post haste, like maybe even like right now, head north right now.
Right.
Think of it this way.
Like right now.
You seem rather eager to suddenly leave immediately.
To head north, absolutely. Most definitely.
You wouldn't want to enjoy one last night before we possibly head to our doom.
It does sound fun.
Big fancy dresses.
I don't really own a dress other than...
Oh, no. See all of this?
What do I see?
The The racks
lines and racks of dresses. Some of them within a store, some of them that people are kind of like wheeling around and like transporting to different areas. You can see there's like a few different like circles that have been set up with different royal families kind of like going to and like getting a checkup from the assistants there. And Vajra kind of looks to you all and goes, "We are handling the expense of the costumes for tonight. So, oh, have fun."
Is it masked or?
No, it's not a masquerade.
I'm sure you would love that, Ramsey.
Hell, I have stepped on a toe or two here this evening.
Well, I suppose this would be Scree's dream night, not only for the dress, but for the possible pleasure of viewing other people's valuables, shall we say. So I guess,
Well put.
much to my reluctance,
Well put.
I suppose I'll go just so there's at least one gatekeeper for Scree.
Gonna view him so hard.
kind of.
I know you
You
will.
make that sound so creepy.
Like,
I can't help it. My
It
mouth is
wouldn't be Scree
salivating.
unless it was creepy.
That is true. So it is on par.
I mean, Sola sometimes help, but I think she's gonna have a lot of fun tonight too.
I don't know. I feel guilty at the idea of going to a ball when there's a city full of refugees out there.
It's
you
true
know?
too. All the extravagance for.
Well, I mean, I guess they're throwing it anyway. That's right. But I mean,
You may as well take advantage.
I like you.
Rational, this one.
I like you a lot.
You know, put in a good word for the poor
right,
people.
that's true. Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe I could pull some strings and have some of these
Absolutely.
rich folks
Give them money.
Even
empty their
better.
pockets for the refugees.
Exactly, even better, and especially give it an hour or two. Their libations and
Ramsey seems very excited about tonight, Sola.
it has been a long time since I've been to an event like this, actually, and I'm now somewhat looking forward to it.
You've probably been to plenty. Actually, you being a princess and you being some kind of royalty as well, I'm sure.
No,
Well, I
I
wasn't
am not royalty.
raised.
Yes.
I am like royally, shall we say? But
More royal than you and I.
yeah, just in my blood, just on the inside.
Solo, you've seen where I've grown up.
Works.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
That's exactly how it works.
If you consider that royalty, then you are a far more gracious person than I could believe.
You've seen where I grew up too.
We
I
did.
And it's quaint and lovely. I grew up in a shithole shack.
But connections. I know what you're saying.
Most people here are about as deep as a puddle. When it comes to connections, wait till they're good and liquored, pitch them your idea. Most of them are looking to throw money into something to make themselves feel better. You want to get stuff done for the ward? This is the time to do it.
I think it would be great fun to take as much money for them as possible to redistribute.
I'm sure by the end of the
That's a
night
good
we'll
goal.
practically be in 5 nobilities.
Plus, you may find a new suitor.
Oh, she definitely will.
Dear.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
no, that's-
I'm kidding.
She will, Ramsey. She always does.
No, her heart belongs to Doran.
Yes, I do always, but
You
that's
do.
not what I'm going for.
Very hard to get. I see.
Yes. I mentioned her chastity earlier today, and she got very upset.
Let's do it. Let's get dressed. Can we just go pick any dress? Or pantsuit or whatever.
As you're walking up, you are as Vajra just kind of gives you like the thumbs up and just goes, "Have fun, enjoy yourself tonight."
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, bye.
Oh, one request, Sola. If you're going to dance with me, no armor.
Oh yeah, is there proper guard tonight? We were the guard at the last meeting. But
There will be heavily guarded, yes. So dress to your own comfort, but there will be some rather heavy hitters in the rings today. And as she's kind of saying that, you see kind of walking around the corner a few other members of Force Grey that maybe you, I would say, haven't quite interacted with. You see that they look a little fresh, maybe some newbies, some new adventurers. A group of 3 or 4.
Wait a minute, isn't that idiot who was chewing Breck on?
Is it?
I don't know.
You'll never know.
It just has one of those faces, maybe.
Generic guy in the stands 1.
I'm in the racks of clothing.
Yes, you are. And I
pops out.
can tell, like, any kind of fabric you can imagine. You're going through silks and furs and different kinds of fabrics. There's stuff that's bedazzled, things that smell floral.
Bedazzled fur.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, God.
It's more of like a no. It's more of like a comma and instead of a all. But anyway.
That's what you think.
But I'll leave it up to the Sin. So whatever you would like to dress yourself up as for this ball, take a moment to look around. You also see that there is what looks to be kind of like a head of design in this area. That is kind of managing all of the products and making sure all
Tom
the
Ford
assistants.
is there.
You see a black furred individual with kind of these short ears and these sets of white whiskers that kind of pop out of her cheek as she's kind of looking around the room. You can see a tail swish out behind her, and it kind of just raises up a little bit as she looks over to your group. She goes, "Oh, darlings! Are we looking to upgrade?"
Most definitely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're furry.
So tell me, I'm seeing all of the women are wearing these little hats. Is that right? Is that the fashion right now?
We do love our little hats.
I want one. Or 2. No, that's too many. Just 1. I would like a hat.
One? What's your color? Ooh.
Purple.
Yes. Purple? Maybe some blues?
No.
No blues.
Purple. Okay,
Come with
why
me.
any-
Come with me. I'll show you some blues you like. You find out her name is Avi, and Avi takes you through the racks and racks of clothing. It's like a Costco amount of clothing here. It's crazy. Yeah.
That just gave me
Now,
peachy.
Scree, you will have to cover up your bottom for this ball.
What?
Your bottom is still exposed from your assless chaps. You must cover them for the ball. Right, Ramsey? That's the etiquette.
Going to a ball.
Here's a
not
new
showing
trend
balls.
to go ass open.
Don't encourage him.
You can.
That's a new record. That's a new record. Well, it's not necessarily the trend to begin. Usually by the end of the night, someone ends up, well, in some sort of disrobement. So if...
Might as well be one of ours.
I'm just ahead of the curve.
It pains me to agree with him, but if you must, yes. That way too, as well, if anything were to happen, it's pretty easy to ask, have you seen a Kenku and assless chaps?
I will
Very
never
rare.
wear pants.
This is by
They
the
have
way-
kilts, Scree.
He runs over.
Avi, what is the most expensive thing that you have here? Any of it, all of it?
I mean, it's all pretty expensive, but I could maybe direct you in the right way. Yes, what are you looking for? What items? Coats, hats, brooches?
Peacock feathers.
All of it.
Oh, all of it.
All
Top to bottom, the most expensive.
Okay, I must
Gosh,
say,
it's expense
the
tonight.
extremely expensive things do have a return tag for the night. You are borrowing. This is your choice.
With no intent to return.
Well, how about this? All the most expensive except a cloak.
Easily
Make one for
done.
myself.
Easily done. And she starts grabbing a few different like really nice button-ups and like pairs of dress pants and like a few like
I need like the gold embroidery on everything.
exactly
like, it's
yeah
Just too,
it's too much. There's like a pair of
It doesn't even look
suspenders.
good anymore.
Yeah, there's a pair of suspenders that are just gaudy because they've just got like gemstones in them and like they're thousands of gold, but fuck, I don't know. I immediately retcon. They're not thousands of gold. They're an amount of gold I will say later because you're taking those suspenders, aren't you? But yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff you can kind of have free reign to describe, or I can choose a few things, like I've said. But
It's the gaudiest shit that you've ever seen. It's like
Elton John,
Elton
like
John,
at his peak,
like-
Freddie Mercury, like
yeah.
The diamond encrusted
David
face
Bowie.
painting outfit.
yeah.
It's like owlbear furs, like purple dragon scaled like hat.
Absolutely,
just, like,
yeah.
gold everywhere that it can be.
Absolutely.
Just where it shouldn't be too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just horrendous and an eyesore.
There's like a creaking sound when you walk a little bit, but otherwise you look dope as fuck.
So Miss Avi, love what you've done with our new friend over here.
Yes, darling.
Could I have the complete opposite of that?
Of course.
There's a housewife I keep hearing. She's always in the papers. Her name's Morticia Adams.
Oh, I'm familiar with her. Yes.
Please, no color, all black, just fitted. Not like that.
She takes out a piece of string and she says, "Come here," and then she just starts aggressively like measuring you, like getting everything down within seconds, and then she kind of ducks behind a counter, and you can hear the sound of a machine and the sound of sewing very quickly, and you see your head kind of pop back up and like, "I found it." And she kind of takes this very sleek, very elegant purple or black dress with just kind of like a nice pleat down like the side that gives your legs lots of room to breathe, but it's not too constricting at the top either.
Still room to maybe have an axe over my back.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Perhaps you-
I will add in some
You're
support
quite
for that.
talented, Miss Avi.
Yeah. You see she adds in like some shoulder pads that like kind of like you're able to like rest it there a little bit and they kind of attach to your
I've had comfort
your
like this before. How are you doing, Ishif, back there?
It's crazy. I think I found like some earmuffs, and she pops it up. She's like, Ramsey, these are like exactly the same color as your face.
Yes. Yes, they match the face. Oh my
You like
gosh.
Scrooge McDuck into a pile of clothes.
She's already got like one boot on somehow.
Avi,
Yes, darling.
I'm looking for something a little more modest.
Of course.
I don't want to be hit on tonight. You know, I've had one of those days. You just don't want someone to come on to you.
Okay.
I found a suit of armor called a chaperon. It would suit you.
Oh, it has like a gear motif. That's cool. Is there a way that you could like fix this so that we could still show off my like cool shirt here that I've got? What would I mean? Push up a little bit, but not enough that people would want to hit on me.
Oh, so
You know,
wear that.
we gotta
have
way to
all
walk
of the
that
lesbians
line.
all over you.
Oh, so go.
Take an inspiration. Fuck you. I was trying to hold off for so long, I just couldn't. Okay, for Sola, she kind of nods and goes, something a little less revealing, something that is still confident, still bright, but maybe more form, maybe more function over form. You know, there was that one guard's corpse that I looted from. Give me 1 second. And she kind of like ducks behind the counter again. And this time you can see her tail kind of like going through the piles of clothing as she's just like swimming.
It's like the balloon we tie to Scylla in big crowds.
Yeah. She comes back out with a piece of what you can see is like a chainmail shirt that has like maybe like pieces of it that were broken off that have been fixed with gold in those spots. She goes, found this one, and you won't believe the state it was in when I found
So
it.
before Sola's like about to grab it. Sorry, this has been washed. Yes.
Oh, of course.
Okay, that helps. Sure.
What do you think?
I mean, it's beautiful. Does it fit? Is it my size? It looks a little big.
It looks, I mean, you could probably wear it on top of your armor too if you wanted, but that might be a little heavy.
Yeah, I'm pretty heavy already.
Ah.
I mean,
No, darling, you're not heavy at all.
thank you. Yes, exactly.
She just kind of like puts the chainmail on the side.
I was the one who had to lift her.
Not going.
Finery up my armor a little bit
Cool.
more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
This
looks.
is working.
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable in my own armor, but like just a little bit of this fancy touch to it.
Mhm.
I
like
walk
it.
over,
I
pick
like
up the red cloak, and put it back on. Solid.
Right.
Now it's perfect.
Wouldn't want to be without that.
Ramsey, what do you normally wear in this formal setting?
Oh, I don't know. I start.
The earmuffs? Is that normal?
No.
No?
They're more of a seasonal thing.
Oh.
I start making my way through the racks of clothing and surviving Hurricane Eshif. Their stuff is coming everywhere. and it's
Do you see the bow ties? This one has dots.
Are there any with stems?
There are, absolutely. And sequins and third sequins
All of the above.
at the same time.
As Eshif is like tearing through things, a flash of white and silver catches Ramsey's eye, and he walks over. It's a silver shirt and a long, about knee length, white coat with just small black embroidery stitching of a moon going through its phases around each cuff. Simply that. Putting it on and... I think I like this.
I think it likes you too.
Where did you come from? I swear. We need to put a bell on you or something.
Suit
That's a bit derogatory, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, maybe don't
I'm
do
sorry.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
All good. Just like, don't do it again. She like walks on.
I beg your pardon. I really actually don't like her. There's something about her that's just...
I don't think she likes you.
I know. It's just like... I'm sure she's perfectly nice and fine, but... No. Just...
You like
Piece
that,
of clothing
You like
that's-
that bunny rabbit person more, it seems like.
They looked taste...
Yeah, you kept-
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You're
Okay.
you're just hungry.
Yes,
You're
yes.
just
I need to
Yeah.
eat something.
I hope there's food tonight.
Yes.
Me too.
There should be quite a feast with an event like this. With the higher to-dos in from the rest of the cities. They're not going to skimp on the amount of food and the quality, I'm assured. But,
I surely hope not. I made sure I had lots of pockets here.
again! We all could learn a thing or two here. Nothing against your food and cooking on the road, but if we could procure some extra ingredients for you on travels, spice, something, seasoning, it might aid our meal times at some time. Not that you can get anything better than egg. You have mastered egg.
I think what we need is to go shopping for those ingredients for that pot pie recipe.
Oh.
We can talk about that later.
Yes, later. I'm, there's food.
The rabbit people are near?
I hope not. Oh god,
I
this
smell
could...
it too, so I don't think it's
Okay, good.
Okay.
This night could end very badly. Shall we go? Eshif?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
She pops out, stamping on the edge of her dress, which she's now wearing, and she quickly pulls out her hair and takes a ribbon and ties it down in a loose braid. And she's wearing like a little bolo, deep blue, like navy blue bolo hat with a peacock feather in it, and there's like a corset top with like nice little. It's all very dark blue with little like. Little sleeves that go like that.
Almost
and then,
purple.
Yes, absolutely. And then it's very Cinderella, incredibly Cinderella, with like a slip that goes over top of it. And she's stomping it out because all of the edges, it goes like midnight blue to a purple, and you can see that somehow she's managed to singe it all the way around. And so it's kind of creeping up, and she's, but it looks quite nice, actually. It's really good, and she's also wearing very fine black boots that lace up.
Well, aren't you done up?
This is...
Definitely worth waiting another day to kill a dragon.
Ishif, can you make a sleight of hand check?
Oh no, why?
Did I understand that you singed off parts of this dress?
I was going to say, it's impressive that
Too
you...
excited.
We're gonna re-roll that. That's not better.
Because you have inspiration.
9.
Oh, well, now I have to roll.
I rolled a 5 and then a 6.
That makes
Yeah.
As you pop out of the pile, the smoke just kind of like as you just feel a single clawed paw on your shoulder, and you turn around.
Hello, madam.
I'm afraid you're not allowed to make your own modifications.
Cool. I put my hand on her dimension door.
And I'm just like,
She was a dragon all along.
No, but she goes fucking nuts. She goes into the pile of clothes, just starts wrecking shit, throwing things there. She's like running after, trying to find y'all.
Let's go.
500 feet later. Whoa, I've never done that before.
Where did they go? Do you see them? Hi. Hello.
it's not on purpose, but it's. I don't see anyone.
Out the door.
Let's go.
You guys, in your brand new attires, you all quickly exit out of this kind of setup area. And
What's that, Ramsey?
That
happened?
I'm not entirely sure, but
That's how I found it. It's fashion from Neverwinter.
I immediately thought we need to go, and I don't want to attack the cat lady because that'll just look racist. Is it racist? Like,
Do you not like cat people?
no, I don't think I do.
Oh,
I think it is racist.
yeah, you're the professor.
But
Speciesist?
yes, I think that might be a better.
Targeted, at least.
Yes.
I think that's the terminology we use nowadays.
Species.
Sola,
Ancestry-ish.
you are the only one who noticed Onthar Froome quietly watching your group
Okay.
and walking with you
Yet.
before diverting off into his own path further into the festivities ahead.
From the dressing room, you mean?
Yep. Where everyone's kind of like going through the dressing room onto the main areas. It's kind of like a set up area to be like a pit stop, essentially.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he following us?
You're not
Did I
sure.
feel- Not sure.
Not
He
sure.
just Onthar Froome. Remind me who Onthar Froome was.
The Order of the Goblet Paladin.
The Order of the Goblet Paladin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was he the one?
Did you all notice?
Sorry, was he the one questioning me
Yeah.
before? Yeah.
Okay.
There are like so many guys in here.
Oh.
Yeah. Froome. The paladin. I think he might have intentionally been following us.
Well, we did.
He was the one asking if he was a werewolf.
It's okay. It's not a dirty word.
I just don't want other people to hear.
How did you get these back on me?
They really just match so well.
And your shirt, the phases of the moon, you're really not beating the werewolf allegation.
That's true.
We never have hidden that away. We've just never done the things that. Well, we have done the things I have done. Just the people who have done them are either better at doing it, or have a father figure who will sweep everything under the rug for them.
That will do it, I suppose.
Yes. The Phylan family is good at one thing, if any, and that is keeping secrets. On that, Sola, I owe you thanks and an apology. Thank you for standing up for me.
You're welcome.
I know it's not an easy thing to lie for you. Not that you did, but
No, not a word that I said was a lie, Ramsey.
I still know it's not easy for you not to be forthcoming with the whole truth. I thank you. And whatever you need help in for searching for a way for Eon.
I'm gonna come up with like a drink specifically with Ramsey and then one for me. As he's like literally saying that to Sola, like I've heard it. And it's like, Ramsey, speaking of being grateful, I mean, I know we're always grateful for Sola and her kind words, but was that just me, Sola, or was Ramsey saying some nice things and defending me against some of those people?
He did.
I think he did.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Temporary insanity.
We'll call it that for now.
So, what do you say, Sola? You ready to fundraise?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's go and get some money.
I go looking for the wealthiest looking solo gentleman.
Stop Ishik just before
I already have him made. I knew this would happen.
the money is to go to Sola for the ward.
With the commission, anyway.
All right. So the Sins enter into where the ball is taking place in the Lord's Palace. You walk through pristine hallways with floors of marble. Fantastical architecture kind of lines the walls, and as you enter in, you're just kind of caught up in this feeling of a grandeur. Wow.
The Jean-Michel accent is gone.
There it is.
You do something for 4 weeks, it's hard to stop.
Really, what you guys don't realize, this was actually the second There is a bomb ticking in the basement.
Among the glass chandeliers that line the ceilings, you can see magical orbs with different colors kind of illuminating different areas, allowing light to fully encompass this huge banquet hall. Inside this hall, you can see a variety of things. It's huge in here, and hundreds of people. You can see many humans, halflings, all different kinds of races, elves, dwarves, dragonborn, lizardkin. There's like a few like more like fluid-y people that are kind of walking around, some like plasmoid you're not quite sure of. You also see among all these different types of people many different types of regalia. There are nobles of every different flavor, kind, and pedigree here, and they brought with them a literal sea of retainers, which makes it almost impossible to walk in a straight line to any location. However, inside this area, you can see there's a few different things going on. In kind of the I won't get specifics with directions, but I'll just kind of give you what's going on. You can see that there is what looks to be an elf playing music from a harp, as well as what you can hear to be a more upbeat group playing music outside. And you can see there's a little exit off that kind of leads out to a more garden/flowery area where more people are socializing, drinking, and having a good time. You can also see a gorgeous bar with a glass countertop and what looks to be just lines and lines and lines of different beers and different bottles that have all been arranged and set out, labels facing you. You can see the different colors of liquid. At this area, you can see King Braun Anvil is drinking with a few other dwarfs. And I would say you also notice a few different other people kind of coming in. Of course, there's all the members of the Alliance that were just in the meeting and all of their associated people, retainers. You can see Vajra as well. However, the next group of people you can actually smell before you see this kind of barbecue charcoal kind of smokiness that rises up in your nostrils and kind of makes you turn over to the gardens. And you can see walking kind of into the group is this collection of fire genasi with bright red skin and hair made of white flowing ash or flame that varies in color depending on which genasi you look at. But they're all dressed up in very I'll say charismatic, almost circus-like attire. And you can see them talking to one of the people behind the bar before going out to the flowery area, where after a few minutes you can hear the sound of cheering and oohs and ahs as some sort of exciting event is happening. Finally, in this little area, there in the main reception hall, you can see Neverember, Lariel, Vajra, and King Melindrock, all essentially socializing, talking with different nobles, doing the political part of the game, getting people on side, because a lot of resources and money are going to be moving with this initiative to save the Sword Coast. And Ishif, as you walk in, you see sitting at the bar a very dapper gentleman wearing a black suit and tie with a white undershirt that is very nicely fit over his shell. As his kind of green skin and tortoise face look over at the bartender, and you can see him drinking a very expensive bottle, probably worth 7,500 gold coins per bottle. And you can see he is just very gently pouring it in, but more not drinking it constantly. He's just kind of looking around and
Target acquired.
And walk over.
you walk over. What do you do?
I lean up beside him and I say, "You have fantastic taste in liquor, sir."
Thank you. It's not very often the whippersnappers have good taste.
Well, I do.
And what's your name?
My name is Ishif. And you, sir?
Ishif. Lovely to meet you.
He takes your hand and nods. What's the word? He introduces himself. His name is,
You may call me Thomas Pennywhittle.
I love him already.
Would you like to grab a seat?
I would love to, Thomas. Oh, sorry. Is it alright if I call you Thomas? Mr. Pennywhittle.
We're just a couple of drinkers. Let's have one.
Thank you so much. And I'll take a drink and we'll enjoy it.
oh yes, you will.
Thomas, it's so nice to run into another soul here with, such a kind and welcoming heart. Sometimes I think with everything going on and life being so fleeting, have you ever thought about what legacy you'd like to leave in the world? And I wink over at Sola and begin a conversation.
Amazing. Is that your code for you're done RPing this?
She is good.
I'm starting my pitch.
Yeah.
You used that one before.
He's like,
Yes, I really worry about my company. We're losing so much money.
Such a shame.
I can barely afford my home in Daggerford.
Really? Barely afford your home in Daggerford. It's so interesting. I was talking to this other gentleman, Nomis, the other day, and he was encountering such a similar issue. It is amazing. You know the secret he told me?
Oh?
Public opinion.
Hmm?
It is the secret to turning your business around. If your public thinks that you are worthy business who cares about the people, then they'll be more willing to support you.
Oh.
You know, there's competition in the market, you see.
There is.
What's your business, sir?
We're in marketing.
You're in marketing! So you must know all about strategic philanthropy.
Yes.
Amazing.
And about unconscious signaling.
That's incredible. I knew you were the right person to talk to. You know, as it turns out, I have a wonderful opportunity.
What's your deal?
Mr. Pennywhittle, I'm going to be real with you. We've got a cause, we've got commoners, they need food, and we need money for food. Are you in?
Do you have an organization that can give me a bench?
It is called the Hague's House Charity Co.
As long as my donation gets a bench.
Absolutely. I don't know what that means.
A literal
bench.
With my name on it, Thomas Pennywhittle.
No. Absolutely. A literal bench. A literal bench.
I never studied marketing. I don't know.
We can leave space on top so that when you pass away, it can say "in loving memory."
I'm never gonna die.
No.
But
living legacy for This is my friend Solar. She's really the brains behind
Hello.
Hague's House Charity Co.
That's
yes.
right. We look to
Heard about your operation.
You have, of course.
Seems
Everybody
very good.
has. Well known in the city. Let me tell you.
Did you know for 1 copper per day you can feed 1 refugee in Waterdeep?
That's like so
1
little.
But then if you give like 100 copper, that's 100 refugees, or 1,000 copper, that's 1,000 refugees. Think of how it scales.
It really can scale to your generosity.
Wow. You've given me a lot to think about. Can I contact you at a later date?
Most definitely. I will be back later tonight. We'll chat some more.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. Hugs.
Ha ha ha. Dong dong.
Okay, go, son. Go.
Ramsey is honestly just standing there in
Did he give us money?
awed astonishment that, like,
How was that? Was it
It's the law
successful?
of averages. We do that 10 times, we have a chance of getting 1. Let's go.
Okay.
Break!
Okay.
So you have to tell them to go and contact 2 other friends, and then those other 2 friends.
That's a great idea.
You don't do that until they commit. Not until they're bought in. Then you create champions, and your champions sell for you.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
I'm not gonna make you roll persuasion because that's just fucked up.
This is my literal job.
you've been hanging out with Daw far too much.
I just feel like I found my calling.
What is everyone else doing?
Standing dumbstruck after what I just witnessed.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just with Solon.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm wingmanning for E-shift.
Absolutely, yep. Okay,
I'm
so-
actually looking around for Dear Papa or any one of the Filen family.
Look for old money.
surprisingly missing. Or haven't arrived yet.
Well, this is interesting. I could use a drink. Unless you're... Oh, gods, where's Scree?
I don't know. I never know. And then I always just start talking to somebody and then he just shows up behind me. He'll come.
Wait, I turn around.
Is he behind you?
No. He's never there when you look.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Start saying bad things.
Yeah.
If you're not
Yeah.
looking, you say.
And maybe Elias, we can grab a bite to eat, maybe.
I think more than 1 bite.
Yeah, just so, and we can persuade you away from maybe from the bunny people.
I'm sure they have some lovely vegetarian options tonight.
You know what? I've been down that road and not a fan anymore.
You would be surprised what they can do with a good mushroom.
Well, let's go see it.
Actually, I have experience with mushrooms, funny enough.
Really?
A different kind.
First-hand experience.
Very, very much first-hand experience. I'll tell you when we're on the road. It's actually quite a fun story.
Oh, delighted.
Yes.
I'm also, as we're walking towards the buffet and the bar area,
There's a buffet bar, yep.
I'm keeping an eye for the Raven Guard guy, not for any particular reason aside from the fact to just shoot him daggers and maybe accidentally push him over, or like he's flirting with a girl and I nudge him so the drink falls on the check or something like that.
Okay. You do see Raven Guard. Not a lot of flirting going on, unfortunately. He
Can't mess up his game.
yeah, he's walking out to the kind of floral gardens area towards that with a drink in hand, but doesn't seem to be kind of hanging out in the main area. As the three of you walk up to the bar, you can see this kind of very well-dressed elvish bartender with these gold earrings that kind of like dangle down a little bit. Very like comb over hair. He's kind of like, what can I get for you?
What's the best option to drink, Ramsey?
Oh, eyeing all the bottles.
Not the dragon's blood. That was not
No.
great.
No, that was...
Tasted like paint.
Yes. Or the thing that gets paint off.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yes, like if you took both and went,
Yes.
that was horrible.
Horrendous
What's that gold bottle?
Oh, you know what? Why not? Yes, the one there with the gold flakes floating inside of it.
Oh, yes, the gold clogger. He grabs it off the shelf.
Interesting name.
Nature's playground.
Is there a lot of like fat in it or something?
Mostly just fat and oil.
It's
Fermented fat.
It's really. Are you sure you want to drink this? It's usually more like a gag. And from behind you, you hear a voice. Aye, get him 2 pints of dwarven ale and have him sit over here.
Like raise my eyebrows like Ramsey.
I think we have a conversation to continue from earlier.
And you see Conrad Braun Anvil, king of the dwarves of the north, looking at the three of you respectively, mostly the two of you.
Yeah.
I'm just like smiling. I'm assuming you're smiling too.
I am. Well, thank you very much for your generous offer, sir. Might I ask why? You seem to be somewhat withdrawn from us earlier. You did agree to some of the things we had been mentioning, but ultimately, you seem to have distanced yourself from the rest, and I'm wondering why. You are closest to the borders of Che, are you not?
Why? That's why I gotta be the most careful. I send dwarves to their deaths. It all comes back to me.
Well, explain to me how it's any different than anyone else being sent to their death. From elves to humans to halfling to gnomes. Anyone who contributes to this fight has a chance of dying. We experienced it ourselves firsthand. One of the earlier engagements in this. Well, let's say it, it's a war.
And wars fight with information.
It's very true.
Now have a drink.
It's you and your health, good sir.
Oh gosh, it's like I was gonna say Scottish. He's not. I just wrote that in my notes. Cedar North drinking. Yeah.
Constitution saves. You do.
Okay.
And what is Elias doing
Take
here?
some
+3.
Elvish winter wine, please.
Elvish winter wine. Yeah.
Right.
The elf kind of nods to you and just kind of like slides it over in a martini glass.
I'm like somewhere in between. I don't know where I'm gonna land here.
14.
14.
The same.
He finishes his pint down faster than both of you.
What is
It's got
that
a bit of
taste?
fire to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it tastes like fire. Like it's, yeah. Look, Conrad, as per what Ramsey was saying, I mean, you know, in spite of the fact that I'm not putting on a facade, but I can understand why people may be scared. There are legitimate reasons to be scared of the House of Che right now. I'll be
Like the
perfectly honest with you.
dragons
Sure.
over the whole
Sure.
fucking border.
Yes. I've slayed dragons before. Unfortunately, I lost one of my friends in the making of it. I understand your need for information. Let me help my friends in Silvery Moon. I have some information about the House of Che, having been from there, but not entirely understanding its current state right now. But once I do, how about this? You seem like an upstanding dwarvish gentleman who can clearly handle his drink better than my friend over here, who is quite good at it. We can help you, and we will. And you do have my word on that. With being so close to something so dangerous and something close to my vengeful heart, you have every right to be scared. I'm not scared, but you have every right to be. And once, can you breathe again? I'm like literally crying. These tears are just from the liquor.
Just keep
so-
drinking. It gets better.
Yeah, okay.
It just
so
force it down.
It's sweet now a little bit.
Yes, it's odd.
Okay.
It's an ever-evolving taste on the palate.
But I'll tell you, Sir Conrad, this Marshal Raven God a little ticks me off a little bit. I don't know if you have any relation with him.
He's a cocky human.
I told you he gets it.
I believe the word is prick.
Yeah.
He's not big enough to be a prick.
Yeah. Elias, do you want to try some of this? It's no?
You should. Please, come.
Yeah.
Come.
Oh.
Yeah, this is our friend the Professor.
You know, I used to be
All
called
knowing
Professor
and knowledge.
a long time ago.
Professor Elias.
Yes. This was you better than you ever did me.
Look,
Yes.
Elias have the last name.
I wanted to invite you
His last name.
because you
Please, that's my middle name.
have a spitfire to you.
Elias
You don't
last
handle
name.
it.
Penis.
You don't take shit from anyone.
No.
That's important. And he gestures to the group around. Pansies will wait until our citadels fall before they act. I'm not unaware of that. But my dwarves need something to rally behind. Something to fight for. There is opportunity here. Take back our ancestral home. The halls of King Mithril, long since empty.
Am I right? I remember hearing a story when I was young about... Weren't you routed by goblins or something along those lines? And that's why you no longer have the citadel? I'm sorry, this is fantastic. Where did you get it from?
I'm okay with your friend making some quaint remarks about dwarves. You not so much phallic.
He can be like
Conrad, let's
that.
keep the
sometimes.
language down tonight. It's a party.
Is that not his name?
It's
Oh,
not that far off, actually.
Close.
Great nickname.
Yeah. This is
I may
actually
have to
him in a
use
To
good
you, to phallic, and to fallen.
Yeah.
To Phallic!
To the professor!
Constitution save. Constitution.
Why are they talking about dicks?
Plus 3.
Why not talk about dicks?
Conrad, was it I may have to take one of those drinks, actually?
Do it.
Are you sure?
Do it.
1 pint of this is far more than an elf can usually handle.
Ramsey's now kind of dead.
Why not? It's a party.
Nice.
Perfect. 1 for the elf. 20 years wants a real drink.
Oh, we don't say that anymore.
And the pint drops down to you. He's not listening. What did you get for
19.
Constitution saves?
Dirty 20.
26.
Oh, Elias.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
So, again, you guys are drinking. This time, Ramsey gets his pint down glass down first. And Conrad, a half second.
Oh, somebody's faster.
Phallic.
Oh, the student becomes the master.
Drink
All the dwarfs start banging on the table. They start singing a little dwarfish song. They're like, "Oh, pardon me, too much for an elf. Give me It's getting wild, and you realize like a drinking contest has started between you and Conrad Braun Anvil. If you choose to continue it, as a third pint is put down in front of all of you.
Oh, well, you can't back down now, Ramsey.
And I've got the aura.
You know
It has
what?
saved you to be sober several times.
To your mother.
Technically, I could have my aura to Conrad as well, actually.
You could
My
if you
choice.
want. You could if you want. I'm assuming you're not for now, but.
He's been cool. He's been down.
All right, third drink, Constitution saves, one more round. Let's see who goes.
Inspiration. It's worth it.
Yeah.
You could do plus
No,
three,
it's more
too.
fun to fail.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
They're rolling nice for you today.
My plus threes have been
26.
18.
18?
19.
19? Once again, Ramsey finishes it first, slams it down.
You were out.
I'm a dwarven god!
Conrad just kind of grabs the table a little bit. He's like, well drunk, ya son of a bitch. And he grabs you and fucking like predator handshakes your ass. Yeah, that's great. You all are intoxicated. If that comes up again, I'll let you know.
To the buffet!
I'll make sure it does.
Yeah.
You guys need some nuggets now?
Yeah. And you guys see like platters of like chicken, and like there's a pig with an apple in it, like the classic like medieval banquets. They go like full out for this. There's also like some more you see, actually that's the sound of whatever display is happening outside. And you kind of look over, and the windows there, you can see bursts of flame kind of slowly and then very quickly flying up into the sky.
Ishif, could we edge our way that way?
Yeah.
Maybe
Lady,
there's some rich people out there.
Lady Merriweather, there's a Lady Merriweather. Your cousin has already committed 1,000 gold to the Hands House Charitable Development Fund.
Ethel
You know
did
how
that.
astute she is with her funds. But you think on it. I'll come back and chat with you later.
She
all right?
kicked her own son out for that. She's a real stickler. That's important to know.
She's probably taking advantage of those tax breaks.
Nobody donates for the tax benefits. Nobody donates for the tax benefits. No, no.
Gosh, I got a lot to learn about this.
At what point is this metagaming?
You just think
Like the
about
opposite?
it. You think about it because you need to take your time, but just really consider who you want the world to see you as. All right, darling. Give her a little pat on the arm.
Okay,
See you later.
She turns around, her like fucking displacer beast like tote bag.
One eyeball moves.
Yeah.
Like, Sola! And I pick her up. And spin her around. Sola! You're so beautiful!
Most of my life.
All right. Put her down.
You all look like you've had fun.
Oh.
I'm a dwarven god.
It's that belt. I knew it would come in handy.
You know what?
Finally!
I still don't. How did you never? This has been marvelous. Within like a day, I had like this nice growth. Like you've never ever got it.
Never got
You
the
have
beard.
like the worst luck. Yeah, someone gave me this belt. And I take it off, and like the beard falls off.
How did you do that?
I don't know. It's magic. It's about.
Put it back on.
I put the belt on. Should I roll for it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I gotta wait. Yeah. Oh.
That's not how that works.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well.
Well, maybe it'll come back tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow, yeah.
You never. I still can't believe you never.
So anyway, that fire outside.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's shiny and bright.
Awesome.
How do they do that?
You walk outside, I guess a group of you, and you can see once again like a kind of like nice array of different kinds of flowers and bushes. Some of them a little more wild and misshapen than others, but they're kind of like located on the inner areas. And as you walk outside, you're all given like a flute of champagne by a waiter as you pass, as well as like some hors d'oeuvres.
I grab a second off the tray as I'm walking.
Yeah, you're jumping this way. Yeah.
I grabbed the tray. It's okay. I'm a dwarven god.
He can hold his liquor.
Yeah, he's super drunk. And you guys see these fire genasi have set up a circle where there's a small flowing flame around. And inside the fire genasi are doing this hypnotizing dance with the flames. You can see blue flames basically bathing their arms and their legs as they move around the air so fast and so quickly. And as the flames kind of spread out, they grow redder and lighter. And you can see just the groups just come to this like large explosion. You see that kind of makes this like wall of fire almost around the circle. And then it explodes out, but before any of the embers even touch your face, they extinguish.
Ramsey like flips the tray up to protect his face.
Oh my wood! Behind you, there's like a bunch of nobles that have just been like doused.
Sorry.
Oh.
But yeah, they all kind of like do a little bow, and there's like a round of applause.
Incredible, sir.
Yeah, you see there's two male fire genasi and one more feminine-looking fire genasi. All three of them are toned as fuck, and seem to be just like...
Rock hard abs.
Yeah, rock hard abs. Like their skin is like a little bit different. It looks their skin looks a little different than like most humanoids. It's like almost kind of like has like a glossy texture almost, like a constant moisture. You're not really sure what that is, but
Baby oil.
sure. Skin cracks are rough when you're fire genasi. Did you like our presentation?
Truly magnificent. Where did you learn to do all that?
Playing the fire. Where we're from, you know, the huge.
Sorry?
Plane of fire.
The, like, literal
plane of fire.
You grew up there.
Uh-huh.
How'd you get here?
They kind of all look to each other and go, the portal?
Just the portal that there's like there's a portal somewhere to the plane of fire. There's
Yeah.
a portal.
Yeah.
Oh, how totally uninteresting. Well, that's
I mean, yeah, if you're a tiefling. And they all kind of like laugh a little bit.
Well, that was really interesting. You know, I'm kind of a fan of fire myself.
It's not that big. I can do that.
You can do fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yours is red.
Well,
It's whatever. I like it.
Really? You can burn it a little bit hotter.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm being so rude. E-shift, darling. E-shift.
the male, one of the males kind of like looks over to you and kind of like grabs your hand, holds it. His hair is kind of like white, curly smoke, if that makes sense. That kind of flows off the head, and you can tell is like connected there. But wisps of it kind of float away as it kind of goes into the wind. And he introduces himself. You can call me Jaxie.
Jaxie. Pleasure. Randy or Elias. Renera. Scream.
Always watching, Ramsey. Always watching.
I know a professor of evocation. I would love to see what you all have to do. Flamel, I think his name is.
Evocation?
Yes.
Oh, like the magic.
Like the fire. Yeah, that's not what you do.
Kind of. Like, ours is more of like we tap into it
Oh.
and we can feel the fire magic around, you know? Tap into it.
You could probably light your breath at this point, though. Just go,
Can we try that?
produce flame.
There's too much crap.
You produce flame, they kind of all go, oh.
See, she can do it too.
Purple flame.
Oh. That's not purple. They kind of all like look at each other like, none of us can do purple. How do you get purple?
You know, just burns a little hotter, so.
Well, they kind of like look at each other and go, if it burns the hottest, you should have the final blast.
Okay. What do you mean?
They all kind of look at they're like, must be a tiefling blood or something that makes your fire red or purple or whatever. Weird.
Probably.
Yeah. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We're gonna do our act and we're gonna include you maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you do that produce flame on command?
Absolutely.
Okay, alright.
Like, how big?
I mean, we try to go as big as we can for the end. So as big as you want?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That you know, I mean, we're pretty safe in here, and I think there's some. They kind of like look around, and there's like one wizard sitting, like just like.
He's like the lifeguard at the pool.
Yeah.
I get it.
He has a badge that has their firefighting force on it.
Fire
So it has,
extinguisher.
yeah.
He's the lifeguard at the Olympics. Yeah. The firefighter at the fire show.
He's part of the Whomper crew.
Oh my god.
Good to see the Whompers are well represented.
Let's whomp him.
Yeah, we usually
Fire.
have like a, you know, person from the audience kind of come up, and we give him this, and he kind of like points out this small little red feather. Definitely magical. Shines unlike anything you've seen. He goes, this just lets you cast produce flame, so usually we give it to them, and then they go, oh, I can cast magic. And all their friends go, oh, wow, Jim can cast magic. It's a great gag. But I don't really feel like it'll go well here.
We kind of already know that she can cast magic.
I can definitely.
But I mean-
can do it.
Okay.
They still look really cool.
All right, yeah. We'll give you the sign just as big as you can then, yeah?
As big as I can.
Yeah? Okay.
All right.
Perfect. All right. They start doing some stretches. They're just getting ready.
Zola,
Hi. Hi, hey, hello.
I might be drunk.
Okay.
I'm definitely drunk. But I want that feather.
What feather? On his hat? Where did you see the feather?
You know, she... Damn it.
I think this is a scree question.
Where the... Oh, is that him?
Cuckoo,
is that it?
cuckoo,
That's just
cuckoo.
a crow. No,
What about that one?
just a bird. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a scree.
That's the moon.
Oh.
Is it a half eclipse right now?
Like... I quickly turn around and show Zola my back. Screw that.
Nope. No screen.
Why? Whenever we need him.
He's probably just doing his own thing.
Typical
There's a lot
scree.
of rich people here.
Oh, that's true. Hey, how did you make out with your fundraising?
Well, we made a lot of contacts.
Any money?
I think like it's kind of a long process. You know, we didn't get like any signed checks or anything, but
I'm sorry.
lots of connections.
Lots of follow-ups.
Yeah. There's definitely like a lot of soft maybes. One hard yes, with many hard no's.
I feel really bad because I'm the one who kind of said, this would be the perfect environment. So, have 1,000 gold. And he drops it for you.
But,
I don't know, name a school after me or something.
I think you generally need to give more than 1,000 for that, Ramsey.
Well,
That's about a much for a bench.
1,000 gold's a lot.
I'm sure you'll get a very
that
nice
could go very
bench.
far.
Speaking of which, the troop begins their act again. You can see them starting to circle around the fire, raising it up with their arms, beginning in blues, beginning in reds and oranges and yellows. And they begin their act again, beginning to spin around each other. At one point, like they do like a bit of a spin off of one person's back with fire kind of flowing from their legs as they do it. What do you do, Nishif?
I'm watching like this, waiting for my cue.
And you feel it more so than it actually happens. That look over, and you can see as the climax happens, they light that spark. A little bit of embers go out, and then they look all towards you as your hand raises out. What do you do?
I walk into the center of them, and I feel all the fire around me and singeing my dress some more. I look over my shoulder real carefully, and I take a deep breath, and I go to produce flame. I'm really excited, and suddenly a giant ring of fire at my feet, and it shoots up in a giant, cylinder above me. And it's a sacred flame all around me, and I'm just fully engulfed in purple flame straight up, and I just go.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna say if you want it to be a big thing like that, I'm gonna need a big spell.
I mean, it's a cantrip.
However, you, as Ishif, have many fire spells.
I do. All right.
Make go boom.
It is a. Hold on. But I'm gonna hurt them.
It's too late for that.
Too late for Jaxie.
All right.
You've committed.
It is a. So what it is, if it needs to be a leveled spell, it is a. It has to be this one. It's the only one that meets that description that I gave.
Level 6.
That is a 4th level vitriolic sphere.
Whoa.
It's a 20-foot sphere. Everybody's make a dexterity saving throw.
And they're dead.
It's 10d4.
What?
Are you aiming this at them, or is this
No.
more of like a oh shit?
No, it was just like I was truly intending to just kind of like shoot a spark up in the air, but I just got really excited and it formed around my body and shot straight up, just chaotically.
Okay.
Because I thought it was a cantrip.
She's still learning.
I was gonna roll for them all once, and I rolled very well. So they. Here's what happens.
Okay.
The firefighter comes.
They point towards you, sparks flying from their hands as you kind of like raise your hand up, and you look, and your hand is purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
It's all purple.
Absolutely.
Both hands are purple,
Yeah.
and you raise them up, and it is like it starts up like an umbrella of purple flame that just flies into the air and then begins to rain down within the circle. And it is beautiful until you hear the sounds of the first embers hitting the ground, and you hear
Shit.
the Genasi all. They rolled a natural 20.
That's lucky.
So they quickly realized that whatever was going on with you was not a fire spell, and back the fuck off.
Cheat?
as the ground kind of sizzles and smokes from the vitriolic spheres rain down here. Everyone cheers and applauds.
Yay!
Ishif, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, Isha.
That was intense.
Yeah, just drunk. That's all.
Do you do that all the time?
Fortunately, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. So drink, anybody? That was
Yes.
fun. Thank you, Jaxie.
Kind of like looks to you and goes, "Tieflings can't even do fire right."
Whoa.
I really quickly usher away and kind of find a wall.
I start raising my hand, drawing blood out through it, reaching over. Somebody better stop me.
I was gonna do something if you weren't. I was gonna say so.
To them?
Yep.
You didn't
Well,
want
as
you.
I'm like, no, Ramsey.
Ramsey, we wait until the end of the party for
Yeah.
that.
Wait for Raven God.
Who is out here watching the events?
It's fine. It's that was me. It's fine. It's all good. There was a lot of fun,
Everybody's okay.
and there's more
No
party
need
to be had.
Right.
He was rude. He made a rude comment
My
towards
hand
Ishif.
goes down and goes away.
And something else takes its place. Ramsey.
What?
Something in the air changes here. A new scent. Blood. Coming first from the north, then from the south, and from the east.
God. Something's about to happen. This blood
It doesn't need to be that way. Just calm down.
everywhere. No. Do you not feel it? Do you not sense it?
Ramsey and Sola are the first to hear the sound of a scream in the distance, very, very far away to your south. And as you look over from where you're sitting in the Lord's Palace, you can see a dark red smoke coming in from the west. You watch as it completely covers Blackstaff Tower
So inside the city.
inside the city. And you watch as it continues in. People around you immediately, there is a little bit of confusion and like mumbles, and you can see guards around the area also looking around, and then others just running. What is everyone doing?
What's that? What's going on?
Something's attacking the tower.
I begin like telling like nobles who are clearly like defenseless. Please, everybody inside. Everybody inside.
Why? It's so nice out.
Did you see that?
Oh shit!
Something's happening.
He runs in. Okay.
Try to sober up. Like, it's not the time for this.
It's not effective.
Fuck.
So,
None of us are wearing our armor, are we?
no.
I have my axe though.
But
You
it's
hear
not
bells going
big.
off in the sea, distance, shouting, more screams.
We need to go and get our equipment.
Okay. Didn't you put it in the bag?
What
yeah.
bag?
Did we do that?
No.
It's in the change room.
In the locker area.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Vajra would have given you guys a very specific area. Like,
Yeah.
we'll just say a room or bag has been given to you guys, and
Oh, okay.
it's in there. You all rush
Yeah.
over to that
We need
area.
to go.
I don't have enough time to put on my stuff.
On the run, shall we?
All right.
Can you Where in relation in the city are we to the tower to...
How far?
Yeah, to the hag's house.
So,
Where's the map?
where's the map? We do have a map for this.
That's the big map.
Waterdeep, yeah.
Maybe now.
Wow, the AC hurts when I'm not wearing a half plate.
Oh, what evil? 18.
Just 16.
Oh, that is juicy.
I am a sorcerer.
You guys are all.
I was far, far away from anything happening this time.
The tower is here.
Yeah, tower is right here. You guys are at the Lord's blah blah blah, which is somewhere
Blah, 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 blah.
here. I can't remember if it's marked on this,
Okay.
but essentially the Lord's palace would be like around this area. It's in the north, and then you guys see the Blackstaff Tower there.
Big.
Yeah.
Which is roughly.
So
Yeah.
Blackstaff Tower closer than the Hag's house.
Alright, I
But
just
you
wanted
see,
to know.
you see the smoke basically covering the entire castle ward. As it's moving in here.
Cool.
It is, and continuing to move into the city.
Why is your magic type? Do you know what that is?
Do I have any idea?
Oh.
Oh,
Do we have our?
not good.
Do I have my badge?
Mm-hmm.
I'll immediately like. Sola the Blackstaff, are you there?
Artemis Ravenfoot. Hello, Sola. What is it?
Ravenfoot. What's going on over there? What is the smoke?
We are receiving reports. We're trying to understand. Just 1 second. Something's here.
We're coming as fast as we can.
You just hear static
Losing
and the
signal.
sound of something exploding.
We must come help.
We
Yeah.
quickly go equipment now, and then we have to go to the tower. I think.
Do we still have a bag of holding? Does somebody have a bag?
No.
Of
No,
We
it's
don't?
gone.
No.
I guess I'm just
we
here-
bought one. We bought one.
You-
Oh, we did, yes.
Okay. I have to throw my half plate takes like a long time to put on, so I'm just throwing it in a bag. We're not going to take 10 minutes or however long it takes to put it
Okay.
on. So
Okay.
When we were getting dressed, I think we said that I put on that chain
Over top your
over top of my
Yep.
arm. So I still have that.
Yep.
Great. That's good for me.
Yep.
At least.
I'm swapping coat for coat.
You can see nobles looking confusedly around. Guards are ushering people out. The alliance members that you can see in this area, Neverember immediately you can see takes out his sword and begins to move with his retainers, kind of like to the north parts of the city. Same with Melindrak. There's also you can see Lariel just directing a few like higher up guards and wizards who like hear her and then teleport out. Vajra sees you all as you're running into the room and goes, "Something is attacked Blackstaff Tower. I'm going as soon as I can. Meet me there as quickly as you can."
We're coming as well.
She teleports out of that space and is gone. What do you guys do?
I have a question. Still outside, we learned that all of these like monolithic titans around the city, they were working what was keeping the dragons out.
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
at one point they were activated.
no. Completely separate.
Yeah.
The ward is a result of ancient magics
Okay.
from the before times that were to keep dragons out of the city. Still active now because it's just that powerful, but nothing like it kind of exists at the moment.
Okay. And it is active right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
With a condition.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. No chances today. And Sola is going to go death ward on the two of you two.
What does that do again?
That feels funny.
you
Yeah, it feels really
when you go down?
funny, Elias. It feels uncomfortable, actually.
Oh, why did you do that, Sola?
Because then you can't die immediately. Is that a bad thing?
Oh, I suppose not. It feels funny though.
Okay.
That's just the booze.
It's like itchy.
Well, you'll get over it when you are alive after maybe dying. So,
Oh,
if that's a problem, let's talk about it later. This is not really the time.
okay, fine.
Is there anything you can do about?
Yeah, you're smashed.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You guys.
Oh,
Rhaenyra
know
is-
us. I think you
Rhaenyra is
don't really
also,
know me,
and so
but-
is Elias.
Maybe I can
Well, I'm
help too.
resistant to poison.
I
We are running. We are running and throwing up.
Yes.
so
Stumbling
okay,
down.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
like I can't lesser restore all of you.
I
but,
can
like, it's
I can
something-
lesser restore myself.
Okay.
And I'm
okay.
resistant to poison.
I'll say make one more con save, and I'll.
Oh,
and
I'm rolling
okay.
things by accident.
if it's above 15, I'll give it to you. You're not.
It is not.
I can use my necklace bead that you had given me to
Yeah.
lesser restoration. Can I use that?
Absolutely. What does that look like?
So it's a necklace, but I'm gonna because it's it's like beads and it's lesser restoration. I'm gonna use it as like a pill. Like
Danny
I'm gonna pop it off.
necklaces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice tic tac. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I've only got one of these. Sorry, but I feel good.
Jealous.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Fuck
I'm
it.
glad Rhaenyra.
We're running. We're running.
We're running. It's bad.
And you start running because it is bad. You exit out of the Lord's palace to an empty street. As the red smoke has completely come in and settled within the city, you can barely see 5 feet in front of you.
We're in the smoke now.
Yeah. Or more so, the smoke has come this way.
It's spreading out.
As you go towards Blackstaff Tower, it's still quiet. Not much heard. You can see, once again, not much shapes, buildings, but nothing moving. And then you hear a voice. Help! Someone help! Coming from maybe 30 feet in front of you, and as you all kind of like turn, you can see a figure kind of hunched over what looks to be some sort of rubble. Please, please, my baby, please!
Solo will rush.
Ramsey
forward.
grabs her.
But she needs help.
Hold on.
What is it?
You can smell blood everywhere. There's nothing that doesn't smell like blood.
Slowly.
Don't go alone, Sola.
Okay, but all of us then.
You all walk up to the figure, slowly coming into view. This human man who has like this large bloody gash along one side of his face. And you can see him just kind of like digging through what was this carriage. But you can see something slammed it in half. And you can see his, please help, my baby got stuck underneath and I can't. And you see his hands are just, he's missing fingers. He can barely like move them. And you can hear crying, a voice underneath.
I immediately break away from Ramsey and start like trying to also lift away pieces.
I'm gonna
of
help Sola too and start lifting
Okay.
things up.
Okay, can I get athletics checks? I'll say from you two.
18.
Sola, you start to like begin to lift it up, and as your tiny legs get to full extension and you lift it up, Rhaenyra uses that leverage to continue the pull up, and you can see this small human baby, this girl with kind of orange dots of hair, just crying, and you can see the man just like, oh God, Emma, and he picks her up and just kind of like cries into her and goes, okay, thank you.
So what was this? What caused all this?
Me and my wife were taking a carriage and something attacked us. Where is she?
And you see he has on his back a kind of like a little baby carrier, and he straps her in and packs on her. Oh, God, find her, please. You gotta help me find her. And he starts walking further into the smoke.
Sir, get your baby out of here. We'll if we see your wife, we'll send her out as well.
What's her name?
Emma? You see him stop. And from the smoke in front of you, a figure walks to meet him. A smaller figure with longer hair, wider body. He just goes, oh, thank God you're all right. He grabs her and hugs her, and you can see her arms reach out to him and hold him. And you just see the baby's face looking back at you as her hands move up to his eyes, to his face, caressing. As she goes, Elijah, I don't know what's happening. And she pushes her thumbs through his eyeballs.
Can we rush up? Can we grab him? Can we grab him away? The baby?
You could try.
I rush up and I try to grab the baby.
As his body is just shaking, and you just, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? And he just goes limp. And you see her face through the view of the smoke, tears coming through her eyes as this worm-like thing moves under her skin. And that's where we're going to pick up for next week.
What?
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. And hi, hey, hello.
Not the baby. The baby's still okay. Gotta save the baby. The baby's still okay.
Pretty cray-cray.
What do we have for baby saving spells?
Yes.
Ring of fire.
I don't care how big the baby is. I said I guess.
Well, right idea, wrong person.
Yup. Oh no. I cast Save Child.
What the fuck is that? That's not a dragon.
Nope.
Yikes.
parasite. Black smoke.
Red smoke.
Red smoke.
It was always red. I never said black. Always red.
No, I wrote down.
Red smoke.
Yeah.
Red smoke.
Red smoke.